NTE launched, AKE launched. The two biggest gacha releases of this year already happened, and somehow the pre-registration list is stacking up. Today I'm ranking 5 unreleased gacha games with the most hype behind them right now, with what they're actually promising, what could go wrong, and which one I pre-registered for first. The one developed by NetEase, formerly known under the codename Project Mugen. You play an infinite trigger, a supernatural investigator working the city of Nova Inception Herbs, fighting a force called Chaos. It already picked up the name Anime GTA, and honestly it earned it. Ananta. The full urban transversal vehicle cases parkour a sandbox city you can live just in between missions. Your character can go viral through an in-game social media system, turning internet culture mechanics into a part of the gameplay loop itself. Monetization is not into a character-based gacha, but it would be leaning into cosmetics, outfit, vehicles, rather than just the pure character pulls, which, if it holds, will make this one of the more F2P friendly urban title coming out this year or probably the next. We still don't know. But the risk, Anime GTA is a very huge promise. If the open world end up feeling like a pretty backdrop instead of something reactive and alive, the comparison people are actually going to make will turn into a comparison that sinks in. Ananta is going viral and I can't wait for any news coming out of this game. But at this point, we still have nothing on it. Game number 2, developed by Gonzo Shui, Wang Yue is an urban fantasy open world set in modern Chinese city, built around an unusual hourglass-shaped map. You get customizable drivable vehicles, creature companions called moon spirits, which you can recruit to fight alongside you, and Lego-style building mechanics for constructing your own structures and even vehicles. What's interesting here is the blend. This isn't pure city, it's city bleeding into fantasy biomes as you explore outward, which gives it a visual identity none of the other urban titles on this list are chasing. Recent beta footage has shown real visual improvements, and the community is already drawing Zelda and Pokemon comparison for the exploration and companion system. But the problem would be the build mechanics in a gacha game are a nice pitch until you ask how deep they actually go post-launch. A lot of games promise sandbox creativity in trailers and ship a shallow decoration menu. The next one on the list is the odd one out, and I mean this as a compliment. Silver City trades a neon city futurism for a Victorian-era metropolis called Silvernia, industrialized by a mysterious energy source called Silverium. You play a detective teaming up with a cast of partners to unravel supernatural mysteries across a cyberpunk city. With this being built in an Unreal Engine 5, and the trailers are leading hard into atmosphere, golden hour lighting, industrial architecture, strong sense of place over a raw action spectacle. Combat lends turn-based rather than the real-time action most of this list is chasing, which means Silver Palace is betting on a story and tone to carry it instead of flashy combat. The problem here, in my opinion, which is a very small problem, a turn-based combat is much harder to sell to a current gacha audience. Yes, I know there's a lot of turn-based combat games which are very successful, like Honkai Star Rail, which has been trending heavily for the last couple of years. But if the mystery writing doesn't land, there's no combat system to fall back on to keep people playing. And now from Manju Studio, the studio behind Azurland, we got Azur Promilia. This is the one fantasy open world pick on this list, and it's here because their pedigree is real. Azurland built a loyal, spending friendly audience over years, and Promilia is aiming the audience at a completely different genre. Open world exploration fused with creature companionship. You raise, bond with, and battle alongside creature called Kibo across all living fantasy ecosystems, with flying mounts and base building layered into it. It's already in beta as of mid-2026, with a wider rollout expected later this year, meaning this is the most tested, most de-risked game on this list until it fully launches. The problem with this one would be the Pokemon meets Genshin. It's a pitch a lot of games have tried and very few have nailed the balance on. Creature collection and open world transversal pull players into two different design directions, and Promilia has to prove it can serve both without either one feeling like a neglected half. And now for the Hoyo Verse wildcard. We got Honkai Impact 3rd, we got Honkai Star Rail, and now we will be having Honkai Nexus Anima. Less is publicly confirmed about this one than anything else on this list, but the pedigree alone puts it near the top of everybody's watch list. With Hoyover's signature production quality, stunning animation, and deep lore, those are the base baseline expectations walking in with any Hoyoverse game. It's being positioned as this creature collecting entry. Think the depth people wanted from Pokemon, filtered through Genshin and HSR level storytelling and presentation values. The risk is the flip side of the hype. Hoyoverse's track record means expectations are already unreasonably high before any single gameplay demo has dropped. Everybody would be saying, oh, it's from the Genshin Impact studio or the HSR studio, which will be doing a lot of promotional work right now, and which the game hasn't even had a chance to do yet. If I would be ranking these on hype to substance ratio right now, Ananta would be the most original idea. Pragmalia is the safest bet because it's already in beta, but the Honkai Nexus Anima would be the biggest question mark for me. And for my actual pre-registration order, I pre-registrated to Ananta first, and it was the one who caught my attention the most. With the urban sandbox nobody else is doing right now, it really caught everybody's eyes. But beware, cause this ranking will absolutely change the second any of these drop a real gameplay. And when they do, I'll be covering it. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of these games coming out and me covering them and changing my perspective. Also tell me in the comments, which one of these are you most excited for? And did I miss any game? Anyway, my name is Valian, I'll see you guys at the next one.